So do Amish women work? I don't want to get myself in trouble here. Obviously, Amish women have a lot of jobs and a lot of things they do. They're moms, they're homemakers, farming homes. They're often out there doing a lot of the same jobs that the men are doing. What I mean with this question is, do Amish women have other occupations and outside jobs that generate income for the family besides all the traditional things that Amish women do? And in many cases, they do. So I want to share 5 types of jobs that are common with Amish women. Number 1 is running a store. Amish women in many communities are quite active in business and are entrepreneurial. This may be something simple like selling canned goods from a roadside stand or even the front porch of the home. But in some cases, they operate their own stores. They operate variety stores, fabric stores, food store. You're going to see this as a pretty common Amish woman's occupation in many communities. Number 2, quilting and seamstress work. This is a popular occupation. You have Amish women that create quilts, or they may just quilt part of the quilt, like the top, in sort of an assembly line process, and then that goes on to someone else for completion. Amish women do different types of seamstress work. One of my friend's wives would actually sew costumes for an outside company in the family basement. I can't remember if they were like some kind of Disney type characters or some other type of costumes, but they definitely weren't like an Amish product in any way. This got a lot of attention during the COVID pandemic because Amish in a lot of communities, women were producing masks in great quantities. And that was happening in Ohio and Pennsylvania and Indiana and Michigan. Amish women were, sometimes on these simple treadle, old style sewing machines, were creating masks for donation and for sale. Number 3, furniture finishing. Amish women, you don't tend to think of furniture industry as being something that they would be really active in, but they are especially valued in the furniture finishing part of it. Finishing is applying the final protective coating over the stained piece of furniture. And this is kind of hard to do. It takes a skilled eye and hand because you need to apply the finish evenly and smoothly so that it goes on in the right way. You don't have it clumping up. I remember speaking with one Amish furniture shop owner that he actually prefers women for this job. He just felt they had a better sort of finesse at applying the coating. His big challenge was turnover, actually, because when you hire young Amish, woman in the community, it's quite common that she'll be getting married within a few years. And often when Amish women get married, they leave this sort of outside work employment behind, as they often become mothers fairly soon after being married. Number 4 is teaching. Female teachers far outnumber male teachers in Amish society. There are some men that do teach, but they tend to do other types of employment. That tends to be a little higher paying because a teacher position is not very highly paid. It tends to be younger Amish women that do this, often also before they're married, although some women do make a lifetime career out of teaching. Sometimes it's difficult to find a teacher for the upcoming term, and the Amish schools will have a school board where there's a few Amish men that are on the board who, that's one of their responsibilities, making sure they have a teacher to teach the children for the upcoming school year. I actually had a couple of instances where I don't know how serious they were, but I was in an Amish community in the summer and they threw out, hey, are you doing anything this year? Would you like to be a teacher? I don't know if that's my calling, so I didn't take the job, but and I don't know how serious they were, but they can have a little pressure to fulfill this role. So you have the same issue there with turnover. You may have a teacher one year, but then she gets married and you got to find someone else. Finally, number 5, waitressing. So if you visited one of the larger Amish communities, which have an Amish style or Pennsylvania Dutch style restaurant, there's a decent chance you'll see Amish working there, Amish women in particular as waitresses. And it's something you'll see as again, younger Amish women tend to take this job, but not always. I used to visit a breakfast place in Goshen, Indiana. One of the regular waitresses that I had there was a mother to young children. So in that community, that's something that was, seen. Some Amish women with young children may work, although generally, once they start to have children, they tend to stay more at home. So 5 jobs that Amish women do. If I left some out, and I know I did, let me know about it in the comments and subscribe to get more videos like this. And I'll look forward to talking to you next time.